Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live. For the thousands of Nuggeteers in attendance, okay, possibly one family member, and the millions of Nuggeteers watching from around the world, okay, maybe 5 from Wisconsin, 2 from Illinois, and 1 from Texas. Temporarily Offline Radio presents Ham Nuggets, the fastest hour in ham radio YouTube. 60 minutes is 60 minutes. Yeah, I know. And now, here is your host, the man, the myth, the legend, if even in his own mind, KM9G, otherwise known as T.O.
Howdy, everybody. This is Steve KM9G, and tonight we're going to talk about radiograms on this episode of Ham Nuggets. If you haven't been with us here recently, Ham Nuggets is a show where a bunch of hams get together. In this case, there's 4 of us. Some of us are a little more hammy than others, and we try our best to do a cold approach. Not pointing any fingers out at anybody, but it's one of those guys. We try to do a cold approach to something that is ham related, and tonight's ham related cold approach is going to be the 4 of us are going to experiment with radiograms. I've never sent a radiogram before. We've talked about them on at least one of the live streams somewhere in the past. I couldn't even put a name on it to tell you which one it was, but we did talk about it. And with what's going on in modern history, current events, etc., this is probably really relevant. So I figured it would be a good idea to try and practice this and show folks how this thing works so that they knew that it existed. They knew that this uh, homing pigeon style of message passing works. And so we've got Ben, Spotter Johnny Amateur Radio here. Ben, say hi to everybody at home.
Hey, how's everyone doing tonight?
Awesome. Thank you, Ben. We've got Carlos from Life at Terminal Velocity. And so spotter jutting, you can imagine with a name like Spotter, he does storm spotting. With a name like Life at Terminal Velocity, you can imagine he does something ridiculously high speed related.
I mean,
At least for the human body.
Ridiculously high speed, but it is definitely high speed, low drag.
Yeah.
Although,
And
actually, truth of the matter is, it's a very high drag.
I was gonna say it's high drag or terminal drag.
Yeah, I mean, if
one
I
or the other.
don't get
You
the
don't
parachute
drag.
out, if I don't get the parachute out, it becomes real terminal.
Yeah.
This is the guy that jumps out of airplanes. I've seen the airplane. I'm not going to say anything more than that. This is the guy that jumps out of airplanes and does HF or UHF or VHF operation while falling to the earth at a high rate of speed.
That'd be me. That's guilty.
Yes. And then we've got Jim from FEP Labs Radio. Jim does a lot of test equipment stuff and radio evaluation stuff on his channel, and he's an all-around good guy. Jim, how are you doing tonight?
Great. How are y'all? Everybody doing good?
We are doing
good,
fantastic.
How's the
Jim.
audio? Is Plasma here to give us an audio report? Because I need that.
I
No,
think your audio sounds fine.
I know. I was just waiting for Plasma.
All right.
I can
so-
I
understand
just
you.
wanted,
That's all that
to get
matters.
that out of the way right now before he came in here. Since Dude is not in here, I thought,
Right.
well,
Right. So the purpose of a radiogram is to transmit a message from one location to another, and it does not have to use ham radio, but the call to arms for hams is communication, and so we can be part of this backbone of communication. And maybe the cell phone network is out in your area, or maybe the landline network is out in your area, or whatever the case may be. You're not able to communicate over normal lines of communication. It might have just been a storm that went through and destroyed your area. It might be something like a power outage where your internet connection's not working, and you want to get a message back to your family that everything is okay. And so that's what these radiograms are all about. And one of the things that hams can do to kind of stay out of the way in a disaster scenario, but still be ridiculously helpful, is to set up what's called a hospitality station, where we pass this kind of traffic out of the zone of disaster or the area of concern to people who are outside of that area, and then can relay that message through normal means. So as an example, we're going to send a piece of traffic tonight, but you could use your HF radio or your VHF radio and a local repeater or something to get a message 100 miles out of the zone. And then that person can pick up their cell phone and call your mom and say, yep, the storm passed. Everybody's healthy and happy. They're going to be digging out for a while. Just wanted to get this message out to you, let you know that everybody's safe. So that's kind of where we're heading with this.
But I'd like your mom to stop calling me. I'm just saying. Okay.
That would be an impressive piece of work if my mom called you.
I couldn't help it, man. I could not help it. I could not help it. Sometimes
He was holding back the whole time.
Oh, wow.
So Ben's going to share out his screen. I was going to say Ben's going to share his stream, but he can't do that.
He's
Ben's
going to share his
spleen and talk to us about the radiogram format. He's going to fill one out, and then we're going to start passing some traffic here. And I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but this is one of the reasons why we need to get our licenses and practice before the disaster, so we have this kind of stuff available and know about it. Take it away,
now,
Ben.
you can do this as a tech too, right? You don't have to have HF for this.
You can. You can do this on FRS or
You can
GMRS if you wanted to.
Well, and how we implement them down here, we can use them tactically between stations. It's just the accuracy of the message, the way you play telephone. So getting into it, this first line is what we're going to work out right here. So the number of the radiogram. Precedence is the kind of radiogram we're putting out. So there's emergency, priority, health and welfare, and routine. Tonight we're going to do routine because we don't have any other traffic. This HX is handling instructions. There's a bunch of different handling instructions, and I'll be honest, I don't know all about them. I know one is report confirmed, and that would be every time that radiogram changes hand, someone has to let you know that they got it and who they sent it to. So station of origin tonight is going to be, I'll put this in all caps so it looks a little bit better. Me. Check, we won't fill in right now. We'll wait till I have our message out because that's how many words are in the message. Place of origin.
Ah, okay. And so while Ben's showing you this, keep in mind that the object here is to get the message out, not necessarily to fill out every single box on this form. So if there's something you don't know, skip it. Don't panic. The point is to pass the traffic, not to fill out the form.
And there's
right.
I was not completely cold on this. I read some today.
Cheater.
Well, you know, the precedence thing, you can actually set exercise as a precedence so that people down line know that this isn't like, you know, flash traffic or something as well. And there's about 8 or 10 precedences that you can set on this.
Yeah,
FYI.
we only mainly use four though with Aries. So, and this is what I'm most used to, I guess you could say. So I'm going to send the radiogram to Carlos today. Now, normally, if this was a radiogram where Carlos doesn't know he's going to get it, I list his address, all the information I know about him, address, email, phone number. I'm throwing his call sign as first name because we all know where it's going. What's my message today?
David, thank you very much for the
I
$2
think we're
super
gonna
chat.
go with
That
that.
is fantastic.
Now, would you send this via a net, or am I just going to get on HF, for example, and start blasting that I have a radiogram for Whiskey 9 Fox Fox Fox? Or no, wrong call sign, KD9OL, and sorry, it's that other guy.
So the goal of this is to send this traffic through any mode that works. So if you need to pick up your cell phone and call somebody a town away who's got a better HF signal than you do,
Okay.
do it.
Okay.
This is multi-mode. It can go by radio, but it doesn't have to.
Okay.
If you're transmitting from an emergency situation, say a tornado hits, derecho hits, whatever, and you do not have outside communications and you're using HF, you're going to contact your area NTS station, your National Traffic Systems station, and they're going to ask, like at the beginning of the Iowa Traffic and Emergency Net every week, they ask for formal traffic. This is what they're asking for: written formal traffic.
Exactly.
So
there's only
20. Yeah, there's only 25 lines in here, and how many did I use? 12.
Well, you're counting. I want to
So
say
there's
thanks
a
to
majority.
Liberty Cave for the $5 super chat. That is awesome. Thank you.
So our message tonight to Carlos. You can all read what I'm sending to him. Kind of a funny thing. We are going to be using HF tonight, so I didn't want to make it too serious. So that way, if someone not watching hears it, they kind of get that it's a joke or it's a funny. So now at this point,
What
I
would
would either
be funny if someone actually heard it and didn't know what was going on? They're telling a guy not to jump. What?
Yeah, well, I kind
Yeah.
of was thinking that same thing, and in the interest of not stirring up a international viral video moment, we might want to put exercise or something in that. I don't know. I know what you mean, and Carlos knows what you mean. I don't know.
Just put it as the last two words. Say it twice. Exercise, exercise, and then change it from 12 to 14.
Yeah, that's what I was looking up, was those precedences.
Yeah. So there we go. So there's our message tonight. So now the next step, if I was on HF, I would get onto the National Traffic Systems Net. Tell them I have a written message. You can all see this. I have a video, the Iowa Traffic and Emergency Net video. I sent one to my mom, and you can see how that works from an NTS net. If not, I'm going to probably quiet everything down and call my first relay station and let them know I have a radiogram. KM9G, this is K0BJJ.
Menu, call log. Yeah, I know. Thank you. K0BJJ, this is Kilo Mike 9 Golf. Go ahead.
Hey, Steve, I have a radiogram I'd like to pass along with you. Are you ready to copy?
Let's see. I have my radiogram form right here. Let's go ahead and start her off. I'm ready when you are.
All right, starting with the first line. Number 1, precedence is R, or routine. There is no HX handling instructions. Station of origin is K0BJJ. Check 14. Place of origin is Newton, Iowa. Time field is 1908. Date 2/28/22.
All right, I copy message number 1, routine precedence, no handling instructions, station of origin K0BJJ, check 14, place of origin Newton, Iowa, time filed 1908, date is 2/28/22. This is Kilo Mike 9 Golf. QSL?
QSL. This is going to KD9OLN Carlos.
All right, I copy the KD9OLN Carlos as the destination of the message.
Copy. The message is stay in the plane. X-ray. Don't jump. X-ray. Don't jump. Test.
While Steve copies this, I'm going to say this, and that is my interest in this is the reason I'm here today. And the reason I got my license is because one of the primary reasons I got my license is because Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico pretty hard in 2017. And this was the only means that we had to get information in and out of the island reliably. Power was down, cell phone networks were down, the internet was down. It took months for the island to recover to the point where we didn't need to use radiograms.
So you've actually used these,
how many
Carlos?
radiograms have been sent?
I haven't used this specifically, but this is the reason specifically. The idea is, for me being either A, I'm able to relay this information for people to Puerto Rico, or B, I'm able to fly to Puerto Rico and become one of the stations that receives and get this information out to the people that, need to get the information, or get relay information from the island saying, hey, Jim, your family's okay. They need
Right.
soap and water purification tablets if you can mail them.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so let's get back to the exercise. Last call list. All right, K0BJJ, this is Kilo Mike 9 Golf. Are you still there?
K0BJJ, this is Kilo Mike 9 Golf. Are you still there?
Copy that. I'm still here. Did you copy my last?
I got most of your last message, but I have 13 for a check and not 14. So I'm going to read what I have. I have stay in the plane, X-ray, don't jump, X-ray, don't jump, test.
The last sentence is don't jump, and then test.
Oh, that's a word count. Okay.
All right, that does it, and I now have a check of 14. Back to you.
Copy that. K0BJJ will be clear.
And what do we got? I got 19, 17. All right, so I have copied that message. I have filled it out on my form here. I'm going to remove it from the screen to make it harder for Jim. And then at the bottom, I had to add in received from Kilo Mike 9 Golf, today's date, and the time that I received the message. So what I need to do, I'm going to try and contact Jim to relay this message one more time, and Jim and I are going to try it over HF. And this is where some practicing comes in, some networking with your friends comes in, being a part of a routine traffic net, being a part of a routine, Monday night net, Tuesday night net with your local ham club, or whatever the case may be. Because how would Jim and I know that we're going to communicate, what frequency, what time? Go ahead, Jim.
Well, go ahead. No, I just had a thought.
Okay, I was going to say, for your routine, emergency communications plan, you might want to have something set up where you communicate every hour on the hour on a certain frequency, and the members of your team are aware of that, and they're listening for that communication, or they might be initiating that communication on the hour, or it might be every night at 7 p.m. before dinner or after dinner. So I'm going to look for a clean frequency, and since we're kind of cheating on stream here, I'm going to tell Jim what the frequency is.
Right. What I was going to say was now something else to think about if this is a situation for you, is that digital would be a good way, which is what you guys used. It's what Ben used.
Yeah.
So go in a digital room, and there's, potentially, if you go on AmericaLink and say, hey, I have a priority radiogram to send, I'm sure there's probably 50 guys with a median age of 90 that will jump on that right away. Well, actually, no, not in the digital chat room. Never mind. Disregard. Just there's probably a bunch of people that.
The other part is you can also use a calling frequency, and you can adopt. You can say the schedule is a wilderness protocol, even though you're in HF and the wilderness
Right.
protocol is meant for VHF. It's still a protocol, right? You can still
Right.
use that.
And Rotor Guru popped up a good comment here. The 333 plan. I've heard it called a couple different things, I think. But I'm a little fuzzy on it. Like every third hour for 3 minutes at the third minute of the hour, something like that.
Yeah, it's very close to that.
I'm
I just made one up. I just pulled one out of the air. This is something that your group needs to agree upon ahead of time and needs to practice, which is why you need to be licensed. A lot of people will say, "Oh, you can use ham radio frequencies in an emergency. I'll just do it then." Well, if you don't know what you're doing, then is the wrong time to do it. So I'm looking at 7282. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? Kilo Mike 9 Golf. This is Kilo Mike 9 Golf. I'm looking for KN4YCD. KN4YCD. Do you have a copy on Kilo Mike 9 Golf? KNY4CD from KN4YCD from Kilo Mike 9 Golf. Carlos, are you hearing that? Yeah, I see that.
I think
I
I
don't-
picked you up, Tio.
Okay. So HF would have gotten us through, but that's not any
Try
fun.
it one more time, Steve.
This is Kilo Mike 9 Golf calling KN4YCD. Kilo Mike 9 Golf calling Kilo November 4 Yankee Charlie Delta. QRZ. Nothing?
Yeah,
No, sir.
I've got U59 plus 20 here.
Nice. All right, I'm going to try N8YO. N8YO, this is Kilo Mike 9 Golf. N8YO, do you have a copy on me? November 8 Yankee Oscar, are you set up to take a radiogram and pass it on for me? I can hear you just fine. Sounds like you're hearing me pretty good. I'm gonna check and see if Jim can hear you. Jim
Yeah,
can
I hear Mike fine.
All right, Jim can hear you, Mike. I'm going to go ahead and pass the message for you. This is message number 1 of routine precedence with no handling instructions. The station of origin is Kilo 0 Bravo Juliet Juliet. The check is 14. Origin is Newton, Iowa. The time filed is 1908 on today's date. QSL? I went pretty fast.
Bravo Juliet Juliet, second 14, origin is Newton, Iowa, and time is 1930 QSL.
Time is 1908. 1908. Other than that, everything was good.
QSL, time, correction, time of 1908, 1908, got it.
All right, excellent. The destination is Kilo Delta 9, Oscar Lima November, KD9OLN, and the name is Carlos, QSL. The name is Carlos, Carlos, Charlie Alpha Romeo Lima Oscar Sierra, QSL. All right, excellent. Message is as follows. Stay in the plane. X-ray. Don't jump, jump. X-ray. Don't jump, jump. Test, test. QSL. All right, the rest of the message is don't jump, jump, repeated, and then test, test. QSL.
QSL, I got the whole message is stay in the plane, X-ray, don't jump, X-ray, don't jump, QSL.
QSL, QSL, and then your destination is KN4YCD for transfer, for relay.
QSL, I'll be relaying that through Jim, Kilo November 4, Yankee Charlie Delta.
Kilo November 4 Yankee Charlie Delta, that is correct. Roger, I'll be clear. Excellent.
November 8 Yankee Oscar, Kilo November 4 Yankee Charlie Delta.
Yeah, I can't hear Jim at all.
I think I have a technical malfunction. November 8 Yankee Oscar from Kilo November 4 Yankee Charlie Delta. No.
Yeah, so Richard, in this case, Ben was using the letter X as stop. Yes.
It's a stop
I'm
or a
not putting out
period
any power,
place.
so I got something sideways here. I don't know what's going on.
All right, so Jim's having a little bit of station trouble right now, but he's going to get it squared away.
Don't hold up the show for me. I don't know what this is.
Do we have any codes that can relay?
Is there anybody in the chat that was able to hear N8YO? We are on 7282. We might not get this message in time, and Carlos is going to jump out of the plane.
Carlos.
Out of the airplane.
Well, we know he's prone to doing stupid stuff.
That crazy Carlos.
Somebody's tuning up.
I
That's
hear the
not me.
tuning. I hear somebody tuning. Barely, but I hear them.
I heard the tuning too. Yeah. Hmm.
And while we're waiting for that to happen, folks, if you don't know this, please, by all means, learn this now. If a frequency is in use and you're wanting to transmit on that frequency, go some other frequency that's not in use and tune
+3.
there instead of on the frequency that's in use.
Yep.
Etiquette? What?
Something about ham etiquette.
I'm going to start calling you the ham nanny.
And don't plug up repeaters either, right, Carlos?
You know, don't hold them up. I mean, or at least give them a break so that somebody else can get in a word if they need to.
All right, Jim
Actually,
is
that's
furiously
kind of
working on
important
his
with
radio
this
over
because
there.
if they never lose,
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I FTA'd on it yesterday, and it's fine, but somehow there's a mic.
This is proof that FT8 is killing ham radio. Are you
The
set to
FTA is
US
killing ham radio. That's exactly right.
Are you set to LSBD?
No, I'm on lower sideband. I'm not getting any power out when I'm keying. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 0.
Kilo Oscar
Zero
4,
power
Oscar
output.
Delta Romeo calling.
Station calling, come again, please.
I'm going to move
Mike's
to
got
another.
the amp ready now.
I'm going to move to another frequency and
That's Richard is calling you. I can hear him. Can you hear him?
Was that KO4 OBR?
Bingo.
yes, that's right.
Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Bravo Romeo. This is Kilo Mike 9 Golf. I hear you, but you're pretty low over there.
I know why. I
I
know
don't think
why.
you can hear me. Not through all the tuning. Hey, wait, I've got a notch filter on here. Hey, look, it's gone. No more tuning.
I still hear tuning. I can take my headset off if you want to hear the
I
tuning.
heard that.
I figured out my problem.
What's your problem, Jim?
He had a dummy load.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so you're ready to try? Try putting a call out for N8YO, see if he can hear you.
CQ, 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 N8Y, OK, and 4YCD. Negative, still not working. It's not putting out any power. I don't know what's going on.
N8YO, this is Kilo Mike 9 Golf. He says he's still not putting out any power. Yeah, you are right at 5.9, not 5.9, right at S9 on my meter. I always get those two mixed up. You're right at S9 on my meter, like straight dead on the line. Carlos, are you able to hear Mike?
I have a faint read on him. I'm like a 3.5, maybe 3.4. The tuning is making it worse. If the tuning wasn't there, I'd hear him way better.
You running your Kenwood tonight? What are you running, Carlos?
I am on my Yaesu. Let me turn on my Kenwood and see what it sounds like. Let me turn that down a bit.
Yeah, I had my volume up too much too, probably. I just cut my volume off. I don't know what's going on here.
Lower side down, enter.
All right, it's Jim's turn.
Jim is out. I don't know what the deal is.
All right, we need another relay.
I don't know why I'm not getting anything to the...
45 autos listening to 40 meters on a 20-meter ham stick. That's rough.
I mean, you can hear. Transmitting might be
Oh,
very
yeah.
difficult. Let me see if I can hear anybody on my Kenwood.
Yeah.
There's someone nearby, but not on that frequency.
Carlos, try and call N8YO on 7282. See if he hears you.
Kilo Delta Niner, Oscar Lima November for November, Oscar 8 Yankee. Hang on, N8YO, I got that backwards.
Yeah.
We could have did this a
Did you
direct
hear
message because
89
Carlos is 5'9 plus 10.
Yeah. All right, so, we've got to get this message down to Jim, and Jim can't hear me.
So here's what we do, right? I heard a station, November 5 station.
Oh, N5 SKT. Can you hear him, Carlos?
I'm copying
you're
that
muted.
station, but there's so much, like, hang on, let me,
Yeah.
someone's tuning hard on that.
I thought it sounded like N5 SKT for a second there. Yeah, and I'm not the only one that heard Don. Richard said he heard Don.
N8YO, did you say you wanted to QSY to 80 QSL? All right, pick a frequency and let me know. Kilo Mike 9 Golf, KM9G. So we had some radio trouble with Jim. Jim's running his tuner now.
No, that wasn't Jim's tuner.
Oh, no.
It might be Ben's tuner, but it ain't.
That was
Jim's.
my tuner.
Mm-hmm.
That was my tuner.
Well,
I heard
whenever I hear a
QS1
tuner on
80. I
stream,
went
I
up to
always
80
think
to
of
see if
Jim.
I could hear.
Yes, tuner is very macho. It's muy macho.
Five 9 Daytona Beach. So those of you at home watching paint dry, we're actually trying to find a clear frequency where we can get the third leg of this message done. We've sent the message from Ben to me, and then I've sent it. I tried to send it to Jim. Jim wasn't able to receive it, so instead we sent it to N8YO in the chat, and now N8YO has it, and we're trying to find a way to get it to the next leg of the journey. So we're trying to relay this message back and forth through multiple stations, through multiple modes. And we even had Don N5 SKT tried out. So I am in northwest Wisconsin. Ben, what part of Iowa are you in?
I'm in central Iowa, right about 30 minutes east of Des Moines.
Okay, so Ben's in central Iowa. Mike is in Michigan, just on the other side of Lake Michigan, I believe. And then Don is in North Texas, and Don was able to hear Mike, but Mike can't hear Don. And then I could hear Don a little bit. And I don't think Carlos could hear any of them. And Carlos is in Indiana.
I can actually hear Steve. I can barely copy Mike, but he's there. Like if whomever the joker is that is keying, I mean, this is not tuning anymore. This is
39.
somebody has to key down hard on this frequency. If they would stop, I would actually be able to hear them.
My problem is somewhere there's a disconnect between the mixer setup and the radio. It's not moving the meter at all from the microphone. So I don't know what the deal is. And in the interest of not watching paint dry, I'm gonna quit doing that and like read the chat and be entertained or something.
This is Kilo Mike 9 Golf looking for N8YO, N8YO, N8YO from Kilo Mike 9 Golf. Are you out there?
Yeah, I heard Mike really well. He wasn't super loud, but he was good and clear.
Hey, Mike, I can hear you, but you're really low. This is 3950, Carlos. Are you able to do 80?
Oh yeah.
Did you hear him?
Let me switch to the frequency. Hang on.
What were
Carlos
you
is
guys
gonna
doing? Well, I
switch
turned
over
it
to
all off.
3950, and he's going to try and hear you.
I was gonna say I heard him.
Maybe send it via SSTV. Yes, that would definitely work.
I was waiting for Don to say that, but David, you stole Don's thunder. Don's a SSTV guy. It would probably be faster. Smoke signals would work better at this point.
Did you hear him, Carlos?
Oh, I can tell that someone is keyed down on there, but not making anything of it. Hey, Mike, make sure you're in lower sideband, buddy.
Kilo Mike 9 Golf for Kilo Delta 9 Oscar Lima November. QSL?
I think
I
there's a
always
dummy
keep
load
QSL
joke in there
and
too, Carlos.
Mixed up. CW. Yeah. I don't think any of us are good enough to do this over CW.
I am certainly not a CW guy.
No.
Not yet. I'm working on it. $3950. I can tell someone's keying up on it, but that's about it.
Try putting a call out, Carlos.
Hang on, let me grab that microphone. November 8, Yankee Oscar, Kilo Delta Niner, Oscar Lima November.
Oscar Lima November. All one word.
Oscar Lima November.
Nada.
Carlos just tried to call you, Mike, and he doesn't think you heard him. He's crying. Big tears. Kilo Mike 9 Golf.
Richard, do you have? Are you hearing these messages? KO4OBR, are you picking this up?
Let me get an adapter for these headphones.
He says way down there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was hearing Mike better on 40. I was hearing everyone better on 40.
All right, so I am working my butt off trying to get this message sent. And let's see.
Carlos has probably jumped by now.
And landed.
And landed. Had a pizza. A 6.
A Schlitz, you
And this
say?
is where we
A
tell
Schlitz. Been there.
this is where we tell everyone that this is not a quick way to send a message, but is a way. My first radiogram took 4 hours. I could have driven to my destination of the radiogram quicker than it took the radiogram to be delivered.
Well, I'm thinking Steve could drive down from Wisconsin to my house and be back. And that's a hump.
All right, Carlos, private chat. Since you're not looking at the screen. You got to do that like circular gazing thing that you're supposed to do in the car.
You're supposed to do that when you're flying instruments too. The scan. That's right.
And I will say, for that exact reason, Steve, that's why they have that line on that radiogram.
Which line?
So,
The phone number line?
telephone.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Oh,
hadn't
it's
been
on
reading the
Bluetooth,
private
isn't
chat
it?
either, Carlos. I just caught up.
So I'm cross-moding.
Good evening, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Carlos, this is Steve. I have a message from you from Ben in Newton, Iowa. Ben wanted me to tell you to stay in the plane, don't jump, don't jump, and this is a test message.
Okay, but I already jumped and landed.
Okay. Well, I will relay that message back, and I will say that this message was sent to KD9OLN on 2/28/22, and the time is 1940. That took a long time for us to figure out how to get that message through. So thank you very much, Carlos, and I will be talking to you later. Oh, he's got it.
So,
All right.
difficulties aside, right? This is a practical exercise that I think works. This is the first time I've gone through this. First time I've and now I understand how
Right.
this happens. so that if something were to happen in
Mike's
the
here now.
island,
Mike could have gotten this done.
if something happens in the island, I'm actually able to help my friends and family, and strangers as well, just to get some aid going, man.
I'll be honest, then I probably would have disconnected the mixer from the radio and just used the hand mic if I really needed to do this.
Are you saying this wasn't important enough, Jim?
This is YouTube, buddy. I'm trying to be all encompassing and sunshine and puppies and love. And
They're still tuning on 7282. Nice.
I believe it, man.
I'm sure there's some trolls from the Z in there.
That's my
No,
expectation.
no.
Someone from the Z.
All right, all right. So if you guys
No
want to get in
chips.
on this kind of fun, you can pass any kind of message traffic you like. It can be emergency message traffic. It can be no priority message traffic. It can be, friendly messages to other hams or to other non-hams. You can cross modes like we just did. The way that we started this out was Ben sent a message to me via DMR. And then I tried to make a couple of different HF contacts, and I was unable to contact. Well, I think I was able to contact Jim, but Jim was not able to return. I was able to contact Mike, but Mike could not contact Jim for the same reason that I couldn't contact Jim. I wasn't really able to contact Carlos directly, but I'm not in the same area where Ben is. So in this simulated situation, Ben was at the other end of a storm and all the cell phone communications were wiped out, and he was able to reach me over a DMR linked repeater or something along those lines. And so I was able to pick up the phone because I'm up in northwest Wisconsin, so I'm, I don't know, 500 miles away from Ben. So my phones work fine. I didn't get that storm that he got. So, and we could have done CB, we could have done Echo Link, we could have done All Star, we could have done a CMR to System Fusion cross mode. Could have done anything.
Could have done email.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you mention WinLink? You said WinLink, didn't you?
I didn't say WinLink, but we could have done WinLink or JSA Call or PSK31 or RIDI or CW, or I could have put a stamp on a letter and shoved it in a mailbox if I wanted to. K0MRD is asking the really tough questions. There is a link in the description of this video that you're watching right now that has this form for you to fill out.
Yeah, it's on arl.org/something. Can't remember.
It's down below. We got it.
Okay.
Does anybody here have WinLink besides me?
I need to set it up. I've never played with it.
I've got a video.
I need to set it up because I'm supposed to have it. The state wants me to have it.
One of the first things that we did on the new format of Ham Nuggets, the cold approach to technology, was Jason KM4ACK came on and walked us through getting WinLink set up. I had a Build-A-Pi station already built, and then he came on the stream and we got the rest of the job done right live. So that was pretty good. Dusty's got WinLink. Dusty, send me a message on WinLink. My WinLink
now,
inbox
WinLink
is
is basically, I'm hoping there's a server somewhere that's listening on a WinLink frequency to relay my mail, right?
Yeah, so the only thing, and it's just me being a cranky old man, but the only thing I don't like about WinLink is it's not, and I get that you're not supposed to broadcast. I understand that. But if I go to a WinLink frequency like 7.101, where a lot of WinLink traffic is passed, I have to address it to a WinLink station directly. If there are other WinLink stations on there listening and I'm not addressing it to them, they just ignore the message. So it's still a one-to-one communication. So I have to relay it through a WinLink gateway somewhere. I could become my own WinLink gateway. There's nothing that says I can't do that. But it is basically email over HF or UHF VHF radio. It's email over radio.
So with that being the case, not a multicast traffic, but a unicast traffic, then something else. I mean, like, so FT8, for example, is basically multicast. I'm saying CQ, KN4, YCD, EM62, and anybody that wants to answer me can jump on there and answer me.
It is the same as you calling CQ under voice mode. So
Right.
it's not
That's
really
what I'm saying. I get
multicast.
that,
You're just calling CQ and then one person responds, and then you have a complete QSO.
Well, that's my point. I'm wondering why they do that, because it's not like, because I don't see it as broadcasting any more than I see FT8 as broadcasting or calling CQ. If I'm not calling KM9G, if I'm just saying CQ20, I'm basically broadcasting, hey, somebody please talk to me.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, it's my cranky old man hat. I'm just being a curmudgeon. I get it.
Well, no, I think you're right. I mean, I don't understand
Yeah.
why they did that.
Well,
And
you and I are
somebody said
kindred
in the chat
spirits.
earlier, JS at call might be a better methodology, really.
Yep. Yep. And we did a live stream on JSA Call. JSA Call does have that.
Or really.
Has a couple of features. It has broadcast where you can just put out that all call.
Right.
And anybody that's a member of the all call group will get it. And we also have a Toads group on JSA Call, but I haven't been on JSA Call in a while to see it. But yeah, you could certainly send this over JSA Call. You could write it on a piece of paper and stick it into somebody's front door frame. You can't stick it in their mailbox because that's against the law.
Oh, the postal police will get you.
They will. Yeah, you can store and forward in
The mail
JSA Call,
files.
or you can relay through JSA Call, which is pretty interesting. I really like the relay feature.
Yeah.
Survival
at
Tech Nord
Toads.
uses JSA to call a lot.
Yeah.
And see, that's something I haven't looked at that either. I haven't played with that very much. We did that on the stream, I think on your stream, Steve.
Yeah, it was mine a while
a
ago.
couple,
about a
3-4
year
weeks
now.
ago. Yeah. And that was the first time I'd ever looked at it. And actually, I thought it was kind of interesting, worth tinkering with.
But yeah.
Because, there's 9,000 chat programs in the world that use the internet. We should have a chat program that uses the radio. 'Cause
So real quick, folks, I want to take
Reasons.
a really brief moment, and I want to share a video with you of an upcoming event. The Youth on the Air Camp is on again for this year. It was a fantastic time last year. I've got a spot for you real quick, so check this out.
The Voice of America Museum of Broadcasting in Cincinnati, Ohio, is the site for the second Youth on the Air Camp in the Americas. Young licensed amateur radio operators will have the chance to take their ham radio skills to the next level and learn from each other. If you are a licensed ham between the ages of 15 and 25 in North, Central, or South America, we want you to apply to come to this camp, which will be held June 12th through 17th, 2022. Maybe you've just become a ham, or maybe you're already an experienced ham but want to explore more. Youth on the Air Camp is the place for you. There will be sessions led by other youth on things like contesting, kit building, high altitude ballooning, direction finding, and satellite operation. We're even planning on having a contest at Kings Island Amusement Park. You'll have a chance to work our week-long special event station, W8Y, with some of the biggest and best rigs ever made. And best of all, you'll make friends and meet mentors that will last a lifetime. Thanks to the generous support of our sponsors, Yoda Camp is affordable too. For more information and to apply, visit youthontheair.org. And if you'd like to donate to our cause, also go to youthontheair.org and click on the donate button.
This has been my TED Talk. Thank you.
So Youth on the Air Camp last year was a fantastic time. It's a week-long camp, like they mentioned in the spot that we just played. And when Neil said that it was affordable, he's not kidding. All of that excitement was $100 last year per
Get outta here.
camper. Yeah, it's just
Wow.
it's a ridiculous goal.
But that's only because of the donations that come into youthontheair.org. So if you have a few bucks to give,
it looks like
Oh,
a fun
Youth on the
time.
Air.
I don't.
Liberty, I can get that shared for you.
I identify as 25. Somebody said that. Uber said that. Side boom.
Yeah.
Threw that out.
So you can definitely help out in a variety of ways. I was there last year. I was one of the donators that helped get the show to get to its completion status and get off the ground. And then 2 of my kids went and attended and had a fantastic time. I'm going to make another donation again this year. And if you are a Patreon member of this channel, half of the Patreon donations that come in go to support Youth on the Air activities. So we'll be making a donation from that as well. So it's a fantastic group. And if you would like to be a part of it, you can reach out to Neil Rapp, or you can reach out to Sterling Mann, or you can reach out to me, and I will put you in touch with all the right people. So this is a fantastic thing, and we're going to be talking about this a lot until it pops up, because
Are your Utes going this year?
I am not sure. My 2 Utes are old enough to start making their own decisions and have their own plans, and they may or may not have plans for that week.
You told them to move out
we'll
of the
see.
house yet?
I don't tell them anything. I'm just, let me hold on. Let me take my halo off and polish it up a little bit, put it back on. Yeah, I haven't told them anything
And you're
other than the
outnumbered
camp
anyway.
is on. Yeah, I know, I'm way outnumbered. So yeah, definitely looking for some support there to keep that rolling and make it happen. So
That's great, man.
we've got a couple minutes left in the show. Go ahead, Carlos.
Well, I have a question for Ben. My understanding is that Ben is our subject matter expert on this right now, right?
Yes.
Ben, seeing as I'm literally wet behind the ears when it comes to this, I've just done my first one, right?
Hmm.
What else should those people that are interested in this process and this program should be doing in order to prepare for it in the event they're needed?
I'm going to say practice. There's a dozen or so YouTube videos that'll show you how to do it, and none of them are wrong, but they're not all exactly the same. That's kind of where I went. Now I can't remember the channel name. There's a few different ones I watched. And then just find someone, maybe find out who your NTS net when they meet, and tell them, I want to practice sending a radiogram. And they will walk you through it. They will tell you, hey, okay, this is what you need to do. This is what you forgot. If you're, don't know what's going on, reach out to your ARIES coordinator. ARIES uses this across the country. California ARIES is big with radiograms. It's one of their main ways to move traffic, from what I've heard off of Ham Radio Crash Course. So,
okay.
Yep.
And Don mentioned in the chat, but you could use all the digital modes for this as well, which I thought was a good idea, because there's a high likelihood somebody in one of the digital groups is going to be available to listen. HF is going to be kind of a crapshoot. You just have to have people tuning around, I guess, to listen. But HF will get your message downrange faster, I suppose, potentially.
The way my first one went was HF to my section manager, and then she emailed a station close to my parents. He called them on the phone and relayed the message. So that's how that one went.
Yeah. There's no end to which mode you can use for this, and whichever one gets it through is the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So, like I was about to say, we've got a couple of minutes left in the show, and I wanted to give you guys a chance to say what's coming up next on your channels. So Ben, go ahead.
Tomorrow we're going to be doing live Depoda as I drive out to K2319, so that'll be an early morning live stream. I don't have anything planned for Thursday, so unless I can get another video whipped up, training video whipped up, we're probably not going to have anything on Thursday, but POTA next week from tomorrow's activation. So that's all I have going.
So David's asking real quick, where would you get the forms? David, the forms are available in a link in the description down below. And if you just search for ARRL radiogram, you will also probably get at least a dozen results of that form. Or you can kind of make your own. You don't have to follow this format. This is just a way to kind of remove some of the mic fright from the situation. Now you know exactly what it is you're trying to send, and you can get about sending the message. But there is a link in the description down below of this video.
And it's a good standard way to send it.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
Certainly is. Carlos, what's coming up next for you, my friend? You're muted, Carlos. This is the best you've sounded in a long time.
I love that audio.
See, there we go. I'm working on editing a video on a kilo that I pulled off this weekend. I finally got a kilo at a local park.
Oh, awesome.
I set a goal to do it over winter. We're still within winter, and I got it done. I'm very happy about it. So hopefully that'll be up soon, I hope.
So two things. There is still snow on the ground at my home location, my QTH. So it's still winter. It still counts. Shut up, Jim. Carlos, for those playing along at home, what is a kilo?
A kilo is 1,000 QSOs or contacts, if you will, in any mode at a Parks on the Air park. So I was at Park Kilo 4192. And I have something like 900 voice QSOs on either single sideband or FM, and something like 30 some odd data QSOs there. So FT8. So 1,000 contacts at a park. At this park went phenomenally fast. At the other park I'm trying, it's not going so fast.
So the kilo is 1,000 contacts at a single park.
At a
Not
single
a single
park
day, but a single park, the same park.
Okay.
That's what I got coming up. I hope.
Yeah, and then Dusty's asking, can you do POTA FT8? Yes, you can, and they're worth extra points in Thursday's FT8 off sprint, which is
They are.
one of the next things that's coming up on my channel. Because you can do FT8 off, you have to do FT8, and then POTA gets you extra points for making contacts. And that works both ways. If you are contacting somebody that's in a park from your home location, you also get the bonus points for that. You just have to know, and that's the hard part. It's easier to be in the park. Ask N8YO how he knows.
Right. Right.
He's the king of FT8 of POTA.
That's
He
right.
is. All right, Jim, what's coming up next for you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Look over at the stack of projects and pick one.
Right. I've got a couple filters in. I've got a band pass that came in today. I've got a low pass, and they're all out in the shop at this point. They're not here, but I'm planning on sit down with those and the Nano VNA, and the Spectrum Analyzer and doing something like that. I'm not sure.
Excellent. You just got
Still
that
kind of
Libra
getting
VNA
that together
too,
in my
didn't
head.
you?
I did. I ordered RNL. So if you missed it, I hate it for you. RNL yesterday had the Libra VNA for $350, I believe, $349, and it's on Amazon normally for like $450 or $500.
Wow. What
It's
does it
not a
do?
deal, and
What's special about it?
It's a VNA. It's like a Nano VNA except bigger and juicier, and it does all the measurements S11, 12, 21, 22, and it has 2 sets of ports on it. So it has more functionality than a standard Nano VNA. I think it's a gadget I didn't have and felt a burning need to buy because I was saving money, man. And, honestly, that's a lot of why I bought it. I've looked at them before, and it looks like it's a pretty interesting piece of gear. I mean, a real VNA, if you were to go buy a real VNA, a used one is about $2,000
Oh,
for like some 80s model HP VNA. They're thousands of dollars, and a new one is 2 kidneys and a firstborn child. But so the Nano VNA, which Ape loves him some Nano VNA,
Oh, it's an awesome bit of kit.
he ain't wrong. It's an excellent piece of kit. So the Libra is just a jazzier version of a Nano VNA, and I'll be doing a video on it. Obviously, when I get it.
Do they make a Capricorn one?
Yeah, because you need goats to get antennas analyzed.
I mean, he's saying Libra, so
Oh,
if Libra answers
not
Capricorn-
Libra, Libra, but Libre, like French, Libre,
Silly.
Libre VNA.
Like a book or like free?
I don't know, like Libre. I don't know.
Like I'm not educated.
Like I don't know what they're getting at with Libra VNA, but
I don't know what they're getting at.
like Libra Office, same thing.
Well, that one
And
is
I don't
free.
think Libra means book in French. That's
Libra means free.
I think it means freedom. Free as in freedom.
well, it wasn't free.
No,
I wish it
that's
was
why I said
free.
free as in freedom, not free as in low cost.
Ooh. So my plan, I don't think the VNA ought to be here. I mean, RNL ships pretty good, so I ought to have it before the weekend.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Yeah. So there'll probably be a video coming out this weekend where I give the Libra VNA a test run and play with those filters. And then I'm trying to rope a certain simian individual into us doing some scope videos.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
But I got to get a hold of him before the Miller time sets in, because then after that he forgets, and I'm like,
So you're
"We
talking like
talked
11
about this,
a.m.?
dude."
You're talking like 11 a.m.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't going to judge the man, but yeah,
It's nothing wrong with that.
probably.
Daniel, we could have used you. Where were you all stream long? Because I'm sure that Jim would have gotten off his butt and fixed his radio to make a contact with Canada Daniel Molson.
I've talked to Canada Dan before.
But can Jim do 60 meters?
Oh, that's Canada Joe.
Oh, okay.
That's Canada Joe.
I've
You
made
know,
one
Canadians,
voice
they all look
contact on
alike.
60 meters. It was for Canada Joe.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo. Send your hate mail to KD9OLS.
That's right.
I'm hoping I was talking over you enough that nobody heard you. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another fantastic evening here on Ham Nuggets, and we did a cold approach to ARRL and every other way, radiograms, and we were able to successfully get a message to Carlos to not jump out of a plane. However, we didn't get the message to him before he jumped, so he had jumped and landed by the time the message was delivered. A good time was had by all, especially the four of us here on the stream, enjoying all of your company in the chat, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks for being awesome.
Woohoo!